everything means something. There's a symbolism to everything.
Sure.
And there's beautiful people. If you like boys, there's beautiful boys. And if you like girls, there's beautiful girls. And I like girls, and there were beautiful, beautiful girls.
About the gender, is there any gender gap in the participation of this ritual?
A gap. I don't want to. There is a separation.
I mean, for example, are the shamans always men?
No, not always,
okay.
not always, and depending on the tradition.
We have another call.
Okay,
Give it another shot. Hi, you're on the air.
Hello?
You aware of the delay?
Hey, there we go.
Go ahead. Yeah.
We can hear you.
Oh, is this the same show the guy was talking about a bathing ritual?
What'd you say about the bathing ritual?
Yeah, see, I actually do a bathing ritual myself. You know, it really relaxes me. But what I have a group of men, and they jack off in a cup, and they.
I think it's a different ritual.
Yeah, that's an old one. Yeah, we've all heard.
Why did you turn it off? I'm on the edge of my seat. What happens next?
I guess he's not king of his castle. He's no longer master of his domain.
He's not even trying.
Go ahead. Dimitri Mugianis.
Yeah.
You're talking about the gender gap, or whether
there's a different assignments for, but there's really high respected female
well, for example, it's a rite of passage for adolescents. Is this mainly adolescent boys, or is it adolescent boys and girls?
It's not necessarily adolescent. And again, I'm not an expert or an
ethnologist.
Thank you. I can't even say the word.
What's an ethnologist?
Clearly, yeah.
Somebody who studies these kind of ethnic groups and different practices.
Or an anthropologist.
Right, and there's botanical biologists who look at the different plants that people use. And
I'm just a junkie, okay? But people go into initiations for various reasons. For a rite of passage, to deal with a problem, either spiritual or material or family. And you got another call coming in.
No, give it another shot. I'll tell you.
There we go.
You're on.
He wants to finish. Oh, hello?
Fucking a cat really relaxes me.
God.
Actually, that guy's probably a ganga, actually.
It sounds like
it. He's a high spiritual.
He's got one of those kind of jokes. And the ganga humor.
Yeah. It is ganga humor, actually. Anyways, I lost track.
That's all right, all the different reasons people might try it.
Well, it's very
Well, what about the idea of infection and that it speeds healing from an infection? Is that true?
I think that Iboga and the system and Bwiti systems can do many, many things.
So it could possibly accelerate healing of other medical problems?
This is the thing. Let me just say this clearly. Ibogaine or Iboga interrupts the physical dependency on opiates without withdrawal, okay? Which is a remarkable thing to say.
It's huge.
It's true. It happened with me. I was on methadone, cocaine, and heroin, and one time I did it and without withdrawal. Once I start talking beyond that, then then we leave ourselves open to a lot of attacks. To me, as a Bwitist, as someone who practices Bwiti, that's like a small card trick, okay? getting off of the heroin.
Yeah.
I think that's the way that it announces itself to the West. That's the spirit gave it to the lowest of the low, the junkies, to announce Bwiti to the rest of the world.
The hope it holds out.
It's the card trick. It's like Jesus came and he said don't throw stones at the sex worker. Turn the other cheek. No one wants to hear that. Okay, he had to walk on water and turn water into wine. This is the Son of God, and they're like, oh my God. So it does that. I think it can do many, many things, but I won't come out in public and say that, for instance, it cures hepatitis C.
Oh.
I think that you need to go to Gabon or someplace like that and work with a Ganga or work with a doctor here. And let's just say right now that Bwiti is an amazing, amazing thing. It interrupts the physical dependency of opiates for sure, and it changes many, many lives. That's the beginning. For me, it was just the beginning.
All right. Okay, so now you've painted your face, a white face, a red stripe down the middle, and then what happens next?
It's a long, involved process where many prayers are offered up to a tree, and we talk to the spirits, and we call the Bwiti, we call the spirits, and we start to ingest the actual wood.
Mm-hmm.
and you'll be sitting for most of it, maybe looking in the mirror like you saw that guy looking into the mirror, and
Are you drinking water too?
you drink a little bit. Actually, Fanta is. Yeah, they love Fanta there. Yeah, it's really important in Buiti, Fanta. Orange
It's
Fanta.
not unusual at all in Mexico.
No, man, like
you go to some of the Indian areas, like in Chiapas and
Yeah, you got
some of
all-
the places I've been.
which-
it's Coca-Cola and Fanta.
Yeah,
both.
warm. Yeah.
It's related to eggs. It's like it's a medicinal effect, and people do tend to worship it, which is interesting to an American.
No, man, it's used in the ritual bath and
Yeah,
everything.
it's just the way it goes. It's just.
Hey,
Somebody else is calling.
okay.
We'll give it a try. You're
You
on.
said ritual
Yeah,
bath.
hi, this is an interesting show.
Thank
Hi.
you.
I like the guest as well.
Thank you.
I just have a couple of quick comments on a couple of things he touched on.
Sure.
Sweden this week passed illegal heroin. That's another nail in the coffin in the West. When you mentioned the free health care not being a good idea, I think you're right, because in Europe they've had free health care since the United States was able to provide it to them because they didn't have to pay for military costs. They now have zero birth rates in every country in Europe as a result of free health care, because when you used to have kids, you knew that if you had 8 kids, 2 of them would be there to take care of you when you got old. The Europeans are on welfare because of us, and they hate us for it, but, basically the West is dying, and I wonder why the elitist leftists in the West never talk about this. Why don't we talk about Death of the West? Why don't we talk about... Mark Stein has a good book called America Alone, How We'll Be the Only Western Nation Left Soon. I'm wondering why this isn't the topic of more shows or more focus by spiritual people or even political people. What's going on here? I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, man.
We're facing Islamization. The day of Islam has come to Europe. There are Muslim majorities all over Europe now. And why is it that, why is it that we don't talk about this? Why, what do you think, the guest? Because, he's a spiritual guy. I want to know
We're
what
going to
you
leave it
think.
at that. Thank you for that
Thank
call.
you.
We're going to try to answer it. All right.
Okay,
You're a
I mean,
spiritual guy.
all right.
You can answer
First of all,
that.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that I'm necessarily against national health care. I say that it'll bring a lot of problems. Okay, the idea of the death of the West. I mean, if you look around, if you go to Europe, it's turning black and brown and Muslim, and that just might be karma. I mean, that's the result of years and years of colonialism and folks coming back. The Islamicization of Europe, I think the Europeans are not nearly as tolerant as the Americans. I know that we give them a lot of credit, but they're not nearly as tolerant. I don't think we have to worry too much about that. I'm not worried about any of that happening. What I would like to see is a more of a merging of African spirituality or Asian spirituality or any spirituality along with the ideas of the West. Because if I'm not here about throwing out all the Western ideas or European ideas. The way that women are treated in America is better than any place on earth. And I'm not crazy about this place, okay? I love this country. I don't like this government. The way that gay people are treated is better than any place on earth. And then those movements start as bad as it is, still the best. And we should go better. We should be better. So we can bring these type of things to African ways of looking at things and incorporate the African way of spirituality and the technology and the brilliance of African music and culture. And that's when we're at our best, is when we're able to merge these things. Now, the Islamicization, I don't know. I don't really care because I'm not crazy about the Christianization of Europe, okay?
Right.
But
There's another call. We don't have much time here. We got to really keep it brief.
Hello?
I'm just calling to say that is a nice show and interesting topic that you're talking about.
All right.
Thanks,
All right. Thank you very much, Matt. Appreciate that. Well, we only got a few seconds left. Dimitri, it's always interesting and fun to have you on. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for going to Africa for months at a time to bring back these very important belief systems and important knowledge from Africa to us here in America, where we think we know it all, and there's so little that we really do know.
It's been like an amazing privilege to be able to go to Africa, and I go there very humbly because I don't know a damn thing, and I'm learning. And Buiti is coming. Buiti is coming, and these medicines are becoming known, and they're being brought by the lowest of the low, pygmies, colonized people, and junkies.
Wow, thank you very much, Dimitri Mugianis, for joining us.